Okay, recording has started. Just a little bit of an intro to this, which I've done for everyone else. This is a supplemental for Marcus regarding the time skip. Everyone else had one, so it's only fair that Marcus get one as well.
Are you guys listening to this music right now? I hope you are. A funny little track.
I found it. I was like, oh, play a big city. I was like, no, that's not the right vibe. And then I saw Shady Alley, and I was like, this is the vibe. This is the vibe.
Not that screaming Marcus, bro. Shady Alley.
Love Bardify's music. Fantastic tracks. All right.
By the way, by the
Yep.
way, I would love as much input from you as possible during this because I know you were taking a back seat with the other subs, but everybody else was like,
Well, yeah,
there's two
because
people here. Yeah.
because it's only just you and me. I am gonna be a bigger part of this than I would have been for the others.
Yay.
Yeah. Now this is because it's just you here. Um, this is I am the other person.
Welcome, other person.
Thank you. So of
This can
course
be fun.
we do pick up, I believe. We start with you back in Phandalin, having taken care of the bodies back at Mountain Toes Gold Mine, um, and everyone on edge, and Marcus not doing well.
Yeah, not doing well at all.
Tell me what's
Uh,
happening. Tell me what's going on with Marcus.
yeah. Well, I think the perfect place to start that tale would be in his little room off in the corner, off in the manor. He probably picks the same room that he and Blossom had their little talk at, and he's very much brooding, sitting down on the floor, same spot, looking at his little dandelion. And, his head is just all over the place. I think that at first he feels alone and defeated, completely disappointed in himself. Not because his past came to bite him in the ass, but because someone was caught in the crossfire because of it. He was finally starting to believe that he might just be worthy of having friends, of being happy and content, of being able to be loved and to love another. All his life, the respect and attention he was given was something that he had to fight for. The only way he would ever hold on to it is by being useful to others. And now, for a brief moment, he thought he had found people whose love wasn't as conditional, as fleeting, and as painful to lose, really. But I think all he can see now is Helu's enraged face at every turn, and Sedge's demeanor of disappointment, and Ylif's persistent need to break through, even though they don't yet understand how burnt they can become by being near him. And worst of all, I think he hears Blossom's words, piercing him and leaving him in anguish. Something that comes to mind is, I thought you were trying to change. Again, is as if the echoes of his past are like the truest and purest example of his present. Like, he just thinks over and over again, what crimes has he committed lately? Has he not advocated for good everywhere they go? Has he not shown them all the deepest depths of his remorse? Has he not been willing to put a fucking blade to his throat and end it all for even the smallest chance of their continued happiness? And for what? Love, friendship, loyalty. What have those virtues ever got him and into a deeper hole? Running after them did little. To everyone, he was just always going to be the same Marcus Blackblood, the unwanted child, the false hero, the failed husband, and the unredeemable ex-con. And I think the words that hurt him the most were, "You'll know when to find me." Because what little use is light when you have to climb out of the deepest pits to reach it? at the end of the day, Blossom was just another person that wants him to grovel, to run towards them and beg and plead for a place by their side. Had he not done that for his father, for Angelica and Foxlow, and for all his friends when the onion of his past peels away? So why now again must he run back like some kind of dog, hungry for their appreciation and their acknowledgement? Why now must he cower and put out his hands for their scraps, pretty much? And I think he just comes to the conclusion that never again, never again will he be so weak to have to run towards others to try to have to find glimpses of hope within them. He's gonna find redemption his own way through his own terms with no more half measures or distractions. If that means giving in and burning everything in his path, so be it. So yeah, I think that's what Marcus is feeling now.
Yeah, sounds like Marcus is effectively on a knife's edge and is in great danger of falling over.
Nah, definitely. He's staring into the pit right now. He's hurting a lot. I feel like it's a weird what's the word? There's like this weird dynamic kind of going on where he feels sad and he feels in pain, but it's also in a weird way empowering him because he's being fueled by this mix of anger that he has within himself, I guess.
He's lashing out.
Yeah, he's lashing out. And I don't want to say he's like specifically angry at his friends. You know, he is very confused and upset with them, but it's also mixed in with him being angry at himself. So it's a weird thing when you're like angry at other people, but also angry at yourself. It's not a fun combination.
Yeah.
So he's thinking all those things. And I think in an instant, he just comes up with a plan in his mind, in his head. After he comes to that conclusion that he doesn't need anyone. That he should have just...
It all went wrong with Foxlow, didn't it?
That's right. That's right. And yeah, it pisses him off. For too long. Literally, the worst thing in his life happened because of Foxlow, or one of the worst things. And he's just walked away. Everybody's always telling him, you can't run away from your problems, Marcus. You're never going to get any better. So he's like, fuck it, I'm going to do it my own way. And he comes up with a plan. And to start that off, he needs to get in contact with one of his old buddies. So yeah. Packs his shit before he leaves. You know who he's going to talk to.
Yeah. Which is great, because you just got this spell too.
Yeah. I feel like this is the first time he's using it. Like, I kind of associate it with his eye in a way, because he's got his eye the same way, at the same time that he got the level up.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's laying there, sitting down, thinking about what he needs to do and who he needs the most right now to kick that off. And he's like, man, I wish I can reach out to him right now. I wish I can speak to him. He's probably like fast asleep right now in a drunken stupor somewhere. In his piss right now, probably also steaming in his own shame. And I think something just clicks and he's able to do it. And is able to talk to him. And I do have a setting in mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think, this is Marcus's first time doing it, right? And I think he sets this up in a way, I think he goes into it being like, hey, all right, this is how it's going to be, like he did with I Love. I think for whatever reason, the setting is on their dinghy in the mire on a foggy morning.
Yeah, all right. Imagine part of it is, of course, Marcus reliving these memories of when things were going right.
Yep.
It's this dinghy, you come to, and there across from you is Half Hand. Do you realize at first that this is the spell, or does Marcus think it's just a dream?
I think he realizes. I think so. I think he's in such a like a in a mood of determination that he just kind of knows in a way. Like it happens so seamlessly. He just associates it with his new power. So yeah, I think he knows right away. And I think that when Half Hand comes to, Marcus is like has been rowing the boat for a while until he sees them wake up or whatever.
Yeah, so he's just looking around a little confused.
Finally, you're awake.
Looks up. This is a hell of a dream.
Just feel like it. At least you're sober here. And this isn't quite a dream. It's me.
Is this some magic bullshit?
Something like that. Although I do have to ask, how often do you dream of me, Half Hand?
Wouldn't you like to know, kid?
I'm sorry to have to wake you up from your drunken stupor, but I think it's time that I've come back home.
At that, there is a grin on his face. And breaks out in this wide grin. He goes, "Really? Been hearing about your adventures. Figured it was.
Oh, you
only
heard
a
about
matter-
that?
Yeah, the group that killed the dragon.
Yeah, that was mostly me.
Right.
How did you know I was part of that group?
Word's getting around. I keep my ear to the ground. I travel
That's
a lot,
good.
you know.
That's good. I want you to stay sharp because things are about to get a lot more complicated.
They're always complicated with you. What are you having in mind?
I'll tell you the whole plan once I make it to Neverwinter. I'm about 2 days away. 3 days if I stop and rest. I just need you to prepare some things before I get there.
Yeah, alright. What am I preparing?
Get some people together, people you can trust, people that are good. People that are willing to make enough money that they wouldn't be too tempted to turn me in for the bounty or whatever.
I could probably
Also,
probably grab some people from old crew.
that works. It's good if we know him. Nobody too new, I hope.
Am I bringing in the kids?
Just Bugsy for now. Call him Bugsy. I'll tell him what to do. I'll brief you into the plan, you and him, when I'm there. Besides that, don't we have someone who owns a printing press that owes us a favor?
Oh, what was his name?
That's with an R, I think.
Randy?
There you go, Randy.
Yeah.
Tell him to start getting that thing ready.
You can
We're
shake
gonna be
him up
using it for the
that.
next couple days. Perfect. Besides that, just get our usual room at the Beach Leviathan.
Don't worry, I've been keeping that reserved for my own businesses. Just because you stopped doesn't mean I did.
I don't think you sleeping on the floor counts as business, but okay.
Hey, I sleep in a boat, mind you.
Both made out of wood, so same thing to me.
Glad to see you haven't changed, kid.
I've changed in all the right ways. It'll be good to see you again. In too long.
It will be good to see you. Don't worry, things will be set up by the time you get here.
Perfect. 'Cause I mean to have Foxlow piss and blood for the rest of his life after I'm done with him.
That's the spirit.
All right, get things in order. I'll see you in a couple days.
Travel safe, kid.
No guarantees. Bye.
And you end the spell.
Perfect. And Marcus does the whole dimension door to Swifty and
Yep.
hops on.
Your friends are in the other room, knowing.
Are they at the tavern?
I think you disappeared in the night. You left that.
Mm-hmm.
You left only that letter behind. Disappeared in the night.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, jump on Swifty and haul ass. Then Marcus knows that once morning comes and someone comes around trying to look for him, they're probably gonna put 1 and 2 together. So.
Oh yeah, he's been traveling. You've been traveling with them long enough to get a beat on their habits and to know that yeah, they're not going to exactly be happy.
No, sir. I don't think Marcus cares anymore. He's like entirely given up on all that. Yeah.
So you dimension door to Swifty and disappear into the night. Are you resting or are you trying to get there as fast as you can? Because if you really push it, you could probably get there within like just under 2 days.
Karma. Okay, bye. I'm on hold with an airport.
Okay, bye.
Where's Arson going? Back home?
Oh, he's got plans to go to a Ren Fair with friends in another state.
Ah, damn. Arson's on like a world tour for Ren Fairs. All right. No, yeah, I think there's a lot of planning to do. So I think, and also the whole idea of these guys being right behind him and knowing that Swifty doesn't get tired, he hauls ass.
All right, you book it. So I think you can get to Neverwinter, yeah, within just under 2 days. So it's like late, or actually, if you're starting late at night, get there probably late afternoon on the second day.
Okay, makes sense.
And you
get there.
Yeah, probably beeline it for the beach Leviathan.
Yep, after putting on the hat at a safe distance on the road, of course, before getting to the road, probably looking like an average Joe. Average Joe riding a dead horse.
Yeah, which, you look like a regular Joe, and the guards give you a look, give Swifty a look as you approach. They don't stop you.
Ew. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, that's the best place to meet Halfhand, especially if he's had the room off to the side anyways all this time.
Oh yeah.
So
you haven't been gone all that long, to be clear. You've been gone a couple of months, I think.
Yeah, like half a year.
Yeah, I mean, also counting the time from before campaign started, so probably
true.
around a year. It hasn't actually been that long, all things considered.
True. That's right. Still a considerable gap for not seeing his old mentor and whatever else. So
yeah, which you can roll up to the beach Leviathan. You don't even need to like say anything to the bartender. You just walk in and go right on upstairs.
Yep.
One of those, like, if you have to stop and ask the bartender something, they know you're not they know you're not a part of whatever the hell is going on.
Very true. You know where I can find a criminals conference? Oh, room 205? Thank you. It goes up to the usual room.
Yep. Go up to the usual room. Um, you know, probably just not bust your way, and probably just walk in, and there is Halfhand at a table with some other familiar faces from previous jobs. And he looks up, uh, and he does like a look of surprise because, kid, you look terrible.
Listen, Half-Hand, it looks like in a past life, cats used your face as a scratching post, so I think you're the last person that should be telling me that.
Yeah, but you always said your face was your selling point.
It still is. I kind of have a more different allure going on.
Not with those eye bags.
I'll get some sleep and then go away. I can't say the same for you. Can't really undo age.
Right. And he turns and he goes, well, you all remember Marcus. He's the one who got us together for something. A little cagey on the what.
Okay. Yeah, and I think I walk back behind the desk of everyone. And are there any... I know you said there's familiar faces in here. Is there anyone new?
Yep, there is a half elf. Tucked away in the corner. She's just kind of observing, hasn't said anything, but she's a new face.
Yeah, fan. I recognize everyone else here. But who's this shadow over there?
Halfhand gives you another grin, and he like waves for her to come forward, which she I don't even need to roll insight. The way she moves is a very casual sort of confidence, that says that she, whether or not she is, she probably believes she's like one of the most competent people in the room.
Damn, I'm walking around like Marcus, bro.
But she approaches, and Halfhand says, yeah, she's new in town, came here fairly recently, and she cuts off. She goes, well, it's you are the black blood that I've been hearing. Name's Selma. Nice to meet you.
Since this is a new person, I'm going to do a surface level detect thoughts.
Yeah. Just give a quick description of her appearance, by the way. Yeah, she does appear to be half elf. She's got the slightly pointed ears. She's got brown hair in a very tight bun, with some tan skin. Clearly has seen sun. Her armor is like lighter base, and definitely gives off the appearance of a rogue type with the armor, and then also like a belt full of knives. She's got several rings on her finger, and a necklace around her, a necklace as well. You cast detect thoughts. You don't get anything.
I don't get anything.
No.
Like no. All right, I'm gonna.
It's not so much that it's like she has no thoughts. It's that your spell doesn't connect.
Really? Wow. That is very interesting. Damn. All right. What was her name again?
Selma.
Oh, what was the name that she gave me? Selma. Selma. Okay. Hold up. I gotta take out my dice. I probably don't need to use them today, but I like having them out either way. Said Selma's your name?
That's right.
Well, Selma, you certainly must be worth the coin if Halfhand called you over.
I certainly am. Do whatever you need me to do. Burglary, larceny, break in, break out. If you need me to plant some evidence, I'm willing to do that too. And if you pay me enough, I'm even willing to get a knife or two bloody.
Now let me ask, because again, this is a new person to me.
Yeah.
So when I said Selma was your name, I wanted to see her reaction, and I just want to know if that's a lie.
Make an insight check.
To use my new dice. Let's see. That plus that is 2, 3, 4, 13 plus 5, 18.
Let's see. Something's off, but you don't know what. That's all I'll say.
Mm.
But that's
Like when I said, "Hey," like are you referring to me asking? You
If
said
you're-
Selma was her name.
if you're trying, yeah, in the whole, like, trying to figure out if that's a lie, if there's like any sort of like hesitation in any of it, um something's off, you don't know what. But then again, people using fake names is not unusual in this line of business.
No, that's completely right. That's completely right. So Selma, you said that you've heard of me. What have you heard?
Well, I mean, your bounty poster was all over.
You think it's a good picture?
They could do better.
I thought the same thing. I didn't really have the time to stand still for a headshot. What else have you heard?
Well, I heard you used to work for the Foxlows. I heard, well, there were rumors that you might have had a thing with his daughter. And that you aren't from Neverwinter either. Not really. I've also heard that the gang of kids seems to have a particular fondness for you.
They tend to attract rowdy children, I can admit that. But yeah, most of that's correct.
Most?
Well, I'm not going to say exactly what isn't correct.
That's fair. Just thought I'd ask.
Let me ask, is there any way you would tell me your actual name?
No. No, I will not.
Worth a try.
So, what do you need me to do? What am I getting paid for?
Well, let me ask you one other question. What drew you to Neverwinter? What is it that you want exactly?
Money. That's really it. Just in it for the money.
Really? Just the money?
With money, I can live a comfortable life. Anywhere I choose.
Gotta admit, that's a somewhat boring answer. I've met so many thieves that say, hey, I'm in it for the money. I just want to die old somewhere. They don't usually get that far.
Sorry, my brain just decided to delete itself. She says, oh, I don't intend to die anytime soon. Or old, for that matter, if I can. Just like using my skills. I intend to use that for as long as possible.
Can I do another insight?
Yeah.
That's a 15 plus 5, 20.
Okay. She seems honest, seems truthful in that regard.
Okay. All right, Selma. I can respect a person who has a singular goal in mind. But at the end of the day, there's a lot more to the city. Or the reason I came back. I had to take a brief sabbatical. But I think it's about time I get back my little corner. Catch my drift. And if you decide to stick around, I can promise you a lot of that money you love so much.
We'll see. I haven't made up my mind if I want to stick around in Neverwinter or not.
There. I just so happen to know a lot of people who want to stay away from Neverwinter as much as possible. So let's see if you catch that little trait there.
Well, I mean, I wasn't the one who, what was it? Got their friend off. Well, you were still in jail yourself. That was pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie.
More of a 2-for-1 special.
It takes quite the silver tongue to be able to talk yourself and someone else after being arrested for that laundry list.
Yeah. You have a nice way of putting it. Some people would call it stupidity. Seeing as how I came back to a courthouse in order to get him off.
I call it bad business.
Bad business in what way?
You stuck your neck out for you stuck your neck out for someone else. Seemed like a dumb that seemed like bad business to me.
I can see why you would think that. I did get a life debt at the end of the day, though. And it has come in handy. So I'll take it. But there's a reason why that person's not here with me and you're here instead. You are just the person I'm looking for. Now, I'm sure that the rest of you are wondering why I called you all here today. And that is that I am finally going to stick it to Foxlow.
There's a bit of like a whisper sort of that goes through the room of everyone. Some people are like raise their drinks and sort of give you a grin and a thumbs up, and some are looking a little nervous but otherwise on board.
I mean, how'd Selmy look? I'm guessing straight-faced.
Oh yeah, the expression did not change.
Now, I know that might not be an exciting prospect for you just yet, Selmy, but I promise that it's going to get exciting very soon. I forget, is Bugsy here yet?
You probably would have been told that Bugsy is like essentially waiting outside, because this is a room of a lot of adults. And you know, even if Bugsy has done this sort of stuff for you before, he is still just a kid.
Okay. I think Marcus is gonna do some more explaining on the actual plan. So I think he tells someone to call in the little kid from the hallway.
Which yeah, have someone can like stick their head out, and Bugsy comes in, doing the thing where he's just sort of like puffing up his chest and trying to look bigger in a room full of adults.
Selmy, meet my little balloon, Bugsy. You're new to this city, but if you ever need help getting around, he's your man.
Which she does look at him and sort of like gives him a raised eyebrow as Bugsy looks up and goes, "What are you looking at?" What do you need me to do, boss?
I need you to sit down over there and look pretty. I'm about to go over the plan.
You got it. And he goes and he sits and he, like, does the teenage thing, does a little preteen kid thing where he's trying to look like an adult.
Man was probably like, man, I hope Hello's in here. Let me walk in looking all tough.
might be glancing around, trying to look at everyone's faces.
What? Okay, then. So yeah, I think it's been far too long that I've left Foxlow unchecked. I need some time to get out of the city. Gather myself up. But now that the heat's died down a little bit, it's time for a nice homecoming. Now, you're all probably wondering, how exactly are we going to do this? Well, we're going to get the ball rolling. Simply killing Foxlow would be too easy. It would be too great of a send-off for a bastard like him anyways. Instead, we're going to use the city to our advantage. You want to know what the public loves more than a story? A conspiracy. A story yet to be told, a small little tale that they can decipher. All we have to do is get them talking and give them the pieces.
Really quick. Make an insight check.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got another 15 plus 5, so 20.
As you say, what does the public love more than a story? A conspiracy. There is a delighted gleam in Selma's eyes.
Really? Interesting. Okay. Oh. Okay. That's good to know. This is right up her alley then, I'm guessing, huh?
Something like that.
So yeah, where was I? Alright, so we have to get them talking. Give them the pieces. We first have to send a message, though. A message that's going to show Foxlow that he's not untouchable. And one that will make the public think that there's more going on than just some dysfunctional fucking tiefling. We're going to start getting people whispering. Hey, did you hear what happened to Foxlow? I wonder what he did to deserve that. Is it connected to that Blackblood fellow? Yada, 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 whatever. Once we get that message across, that's when the real fun begins. If I know Foxlow, once we spring into action, he's going to reinforce his most valuable assets. You might think that protects him, but that's exactly what I'm hoping for. Because all we will have to do is lie in wait, eyes open, ready to see where his nest egg lies. I'm not talking about jewels or spices, guys. I'm talking about the poor souls he shovels back and forth, the very captives that he blamed my ass for. We're gonna free those bastards. And when we do, we're gonna make him clear who their captor was and who their savior is. After that, they're gonna have quite the story to tell when they're set free. One that's gonna be the final piece of the puzzle for the rumor mill that we created.
And they seem excited at the thought, nervous as you talk. Again, you have that natural charisma that, as you talk, more and more of them seem on board. And Halfhand speaks up, goes, so, where should we start?
Good question. I was hoping that's where our little friend here comes in. Actually, I forgot to ask. As I told the rest of the plan, did her expression change, or did she get more excited?
Sorry, I'm gonna have to ask you to make another insight check.
Okay. Damn. Give me a good one. That's 15.
You didn't see her expression change. If it did, you didn't know. It was too small for you to notice it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good to know. So yeah, we're gonna spend the next couple of days preparing, and part of that is putting our new friend here to work. Tell me, how do you feel? How do you feel about some reconnaissance?
What am I getting? Just tell
More
me
like
what I'm
what?
looking for.
Okay, we're gonna find ourselves a warehouse, somewhere populated, somewhere nice, somewhere big, somewhere that a lot of people can see. I want you to keep track of workers, security. Got to find ourselves an opening. That's gonna be our beacon, that warehouse. So yeah, shop around, find one you like, and come back to me.
At that, she leans back and you can tell that this expression is a bit of like a show. It's not her, like, sort of representative of her real feelings. But she kind of gets this look on her face and goes, "Is that all?" Easy enough. Before, like the
Well,
bored look falls away and she just gives you a grin.
that's only the first part. You're more than happy to accompany me and whoever else for the second part if you do feel that bored. Let me ask, do you think arson's a crime?
It wouldn't be fun if it wasn't a crime.
You know what? That is the best answer I've gotten to that question so far.
You ask that
Yeah.
question to a lot of people, I'm assuming?
Not enough, I think.
Alright,
That's besides the point,
what's
though.
the second part? I'm assuming it has to do with, arson.
Maybe. We'll have to see. I'm still thinking it up. But good chance, yes. Once you find that beautiful little warehouse of your heart's desire, we're gonna see what goodies we can find in it. Everybody gets first picks. I don't care what you take. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day because we're gonna burn it down to the ground. And we're gonna let the whole city see. At that moment, Fox.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, go ahead and finish it.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna let the whole city see. They're gonna know that Foxlow is an untouchable. And hopefully, again, if he does what I expect, he's going to shovel some things around and expose his most valuable assets. I also have another brief little idea for an extra little panache. That's where you come in, Bugsy.
What do you need me for, sir?
Need to get all your little rugrats together. Fan has a guy who's printing out some neat little posters for us. Each one of your little friends is going to get a bundle of posters. When they see that warehouse burning to the ground and smoke filling up the air, they're going to drop those babies all over the whole city. At least a section of the city that the warehouse is in. Just a little flyer for the event.
Oh, right, of course. It'd be easy enough dropping some papers.
Well, dropping papers and also, more than likely, having to run away from any guards who see you doing that.
Oh, do that all the time. Come on, boss, what do you take me for?
I'm just saying, be ready for that. Especially if you're up on a roof somewhere. I don't want you to fall on your ass.
Don't worry, we've been on the roofs plenty of times.
Yeah, I need you to organize those flyers. Don't get them mixed up, because I know you can't read quite well. I've seen your handwriting.
I'm working on it. Getting help for it.
And I think somewhere along the way, Marcus drew up a little drawing thing. And he, shows it to the group, saying, hey, this is what I want. This is what it looks like. This is what I'm going for. I'm not quite sure what to write around the image. If any of you guys have any ideas, please let me know.
They could hold a competition, like a workplace
Yeah,
competition.
yeah, bro, yeah. Whoever gives me the best one gets a platinum piece. This is such a Marcus thing to do. Even though he's in the dumps right now, he's gonna make people compete. Yes.
Yeah. All of them will start like, oh man, a whole platinum. Start talking and tossing around ideas. Neither you nor I can think of one at this moment, so we can say over the next like 2 or 3 days, eventually someone comes up with something.
Yeah. Does Selmy give me any ideas?
No, she stays out of that one.
All right. She would have been interested in the pretty little platinum.
She, was curious at it, but didn't take the bait.
All right. She has different passions. I can understand that.
She has a specific skill set. Coming up with the slogan is not one of those skill sets.
Very true. Very true. All right. So yeah, I think I get half hand after the whatever's written down along with the logo. I get him to I forget who we say what we said his name was.
Randy.
Start printing out Randy, my boy Randy. My boy Randy starts printing those babies out. And then every day, however many days it takes, he's getting the info from Selmy. And I think with that info, he's trying to find the best time and approach to enter the warehouse. And I don't know if you have anything in mind for like flaws or anything like that, but please let me know. In order for them to go ahead.
I think that first day, just something I want to get in there, is that eventually you're like, all right, everyone break, go do your things, or at least before Selma leaves to do her reconnaissance, she'll just look at you and go, I think we're gonna get along pretty well.
I think so too, Selma. Let me ask Selma.
Well, go ahead.
Where are you from?
Here and there. Does it really matter?
And it's good to know we're about to burn down a warehouse together.
I don't see how knowing where I'm from matters to burning down a warehouse.
It's kind of like a trust exercise. The warehouse part, I mean.
If you tell
burning
me
it
where
down.
you're from, I'll tell you where I'm from.
Can I roll another insight check on that?
Yeah.
Insight check the game. All right, 16 plus 5, 21. I just want to know if she's like gonna give me a fucking lie in a second.
Well, let me roll. See what she gets.
Okay.
She's been rolling too. Okay. She seems what's the word I'm looking for? Exasperated, and sort of onto you, and onto what you're trying to do. So there is a strong likelihood she's just gonna say somewhere random.
When I tell you, you're not just gonna tell me a random place, are you?
No, why would I do that?
Because that would just be boring. I could tell you a random place, you can tell me a random place. We're not gonna get anywhere, are we?
Well, good. Then we're on the same page.
Okay. How about we both say we're from Waterdeep then?
That works for me.
How long you been doing this for anyway, Selma?
A couple years now. The exact number escapes me at this time, but suffice it to say, long enough to be confident in my skill set.
Oh, we're about to test those skills out. I hope you're up to par.
I think you'll find you won't be disappointed.
I think something else he asked Selma just because he's what you call it,
Nosy?
not just nosy. There's also the bit of pride there, where when he found out Halfan knew about the Banes of Thunder, so he's like, "Wow, people are starting to know about us. That's cool." Says, "Yes, you ever heard of about the Banes of Thunder in your travels?"
Oh, yeah. Big news around Vandalin. It's getting...
Really, what you hear?
Well, took care of a boar in the woods? Some kind of thunder boar? Suspect that's probably where you got the name from.
Yeah, that in the Cape.
Something about a dragon, too? I'll admit I didn't stay in the area long when I learned there was a dragon. Only came back after it was gone.
Yep, also killed a dragon. Funny, colorful little bunch.
Heard
A
that
half
too.
orc, a ladrin. Say, what's the word? Calicajar or whatever.
Don't know. But have heard it is a colorful bunch. Though if I were you, I would recommend against telling me information that could identify your friends.
My friend, I never mentioned the friend.
Friends. I know you're
Ah, friends.
I know you're a part of the Banes of Thunder. Or were, if you're here.
Yeah, I think they'll be just fine without me. If anything, they're better off. So,
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
and you shouldn't.
I'll get started.
Please do.
She slips out of the room.
All right. So, with the info that I've gotten, anything useful?
Yeah, over the next few days, she does come back with what seems like the perfect candidate. A warehouse sort of right on the edge of the docks. A lot of people that go in and out of it. Though there is I think like back section that is for use exclusively by Foxlow and anyone associated with him. She gives you, timing, the general schedules of people that go in there. Notably, that, there's a lot of daytime activity in and out of the warehouse, yes. There's a period right around sunset where activity slows to pretty much none. And then a time little after midnight in which there is a bit more activity, specifically in that back section, in which people will enter and then will not leave for a little while.
Back section. You mean the back section of the warehouse?
Yeah.
I wonder what that's about. It's very interesting. I think I asked Selmy about that. As for her thoughts.
Do you, she says, well, I didn't get I haven't gone in and looked. Will admit that is a little bit extra. If you want me to go in and actually look.
Willing to pay, yeah.
Alright. And she can come back a little bit later and explain that there is a very heavy-duty lock on the door leading into the back section, which she was able, more accurate to say that she knows she's able to pick it, but doing so would leave too big of evidence that someone was there that wasn't supposed to be.
I see. I see. And when I'm sorry, just to go back a little bit.
Yeah.
When people go in it, they don't leave for a while, is what you said, right? Not that
Yeah,
they stay there.
they do leave eventually. The people that she sees go in and out of there. We might make a. Oh shit! Okay, I went ahead and make a like sort of perception check for her, and she rolled a natural 20.
Damn.
So she does explain that it was very hard to spot, but there was a secret entrance around the back of the warehouse that is hard to get to by land.
Mm.
People that go in it from from the ground level, they go in through that door, that very private door.
Uh-huh.
Those are the people that look to be like dressed in black. They appear to be sort of dock workers, potentially those working for Foxlow. But it is a very strong likelihood that if any cargo is in that back area, it does not go through those doors. It goes through the secret entrance.
Okay, okay. And I'm guessing the secret entrance is also used by people in Foxlow's circle.
So yeah, she seems to have. She hasn't caught any cargo going in and out of the secret entrance, but she has caught Foxlow's people. So either
And
there is no cargo, or the cargo's already in there.
okay. And would it be safe to assume that if she were to describe these quote unquote people, at least one of them would be someone I've met in the past?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. She.
All right.
Yeah. Which this like reconnaissance mission alone, does showcase that she does have her skill set is like what she said. The information is very detailed. She gives you descriptions of people of interest, even gives a brief description of people that don't appear to be of interest. But otherwise, she is very meticulous in her reconnaissance.
Perfect. Okay. So I can use this because if there's at least one person that I know of, I mean, I have my hat of disguise. We could always roll up in a boat, and I could be disguised as that person, right?
Yeah.
All right, good to know. Set that on the top of my little list here, and I think I bring it up as an option to both Selmy and Half Hand to get their opinions on the matter.
On disguising yourself?
On me disguising herself and the brunt of the force that we're going in with being on the boat with me.
They both seem to be on board. You are the head of this operations, or the brains. Selma agrees, but she does express that she goes, I think I'll just watch for this one. Maybe I'll stay on the street level in case you need backup.
There's Selma. There might be some good stuff in that warehouse.
I'm aware. But I'm also patient.
Understandable. That's too bad. I could have used your help picking that lock.
I'll pick the lock for you, but after that, I'm staying street level.
Fine by me. Okay, so I think that's more or less the plan. I like having the boat too. The boat entrance as well, because then we can we could steal ourselves some cargo, use that as funds for the rest of the operation. Let everybody get first picking. So I think we're gonna go by the boat. Have someone disguise.
Half-End does take a moment to not remind you, but remind everyone else. You know, hey, be careful with fencing your shit after. Don't want to draw too much attention to yourself, sort of a thing.
Very true. Thank you for bringing that up, Half-Hand.
Yeah.
It's too focused on the warehouse burning.
Yeah, basically avoid things that are too noticeable, and if you do take shit, be careful who you fence them to.
Preferably do it out of the city.
Exactly.
Okay, good to know. So yeah, and I'm trying to think if going at the time that all the people are in that room would be the best time to see what's going on in there.
She did specify that dusk and dawn primarily, or like dusk and then right before dawn, there's almost no traffic going in and out of there.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. All right. So I think we go at that time then. And I bring enough people. I'm guessing she gives me a good estimate of how many people are usually walking about the warehouse
Oh yeah.
at that time, even with the low traffic. Okay. So I bring enough people that we could subdue whoever's in there.
Yeah.
Kind of keep them off to the side. Give us enough time to take what we want. One, check out that room. Two, and get our fire going.
Right. In this instance, I'm going to make this effectively a skill challenge, which works. So I was going to ask for 3. So effectively, 1 is to take out the people, get what you want, and set fire. So. For your first skill challenge, let me see. What do I want this to be? Make me an intimidation check for this first one.
Okay.
To get in there
May I
and
ask
take out all
mine?
the people.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay. To get in there and take out all the people?
Yes, because you just explained to me that this is going in essentially 3 steps. Step 1, get in there, take out all the people. Step 2, take what you want. Step 3, burn the place down.
There's also looking at what's behind that locked door.
Right. I think I was like wrapping that into something. Either way, this is effectively 3 skill challenges I am asking you to make. This determines the degree of your success of this operation.
Gotcha. Okay, no problem. I like intimidation too. Because I was thinking something along those lines. If there is not that many people in the warehouse, I think that Marcus would roll up as this person that he's pretending to be. Kind of yells his way in, or, to open the gates or whatever, and then he's one of Foxlow's guys, so he doesn't want to move these fucking crates. He doesn't want his boys moving the crates either, his muscle or whatever. So he starts bossing people around to be like, "Hey, come to my fucking boat and move these move my stuff in real quick, or move what I have on the boat in."
All right.
That way they're closer to the boat, and that way we can get the jump on them.
It also helps that like you roll up with a big crew of people. So go
Very
ahead and
true.
make that intimidation check.
Cool. Actually got a +9 to that. So, oh baby, big money, big money. Let's see. $13 + 9, 22.
22. Yeah. You're able to get in there, and you are a practiced actor, practiced deceiver. That you can get in there, throw your weight around, throw your perceived weight around, and with quick practice movements, you and your guys are able to take out anybody in the warehouse.
All right, yeah. I think we just tie him up. We're probably going to toss him somewhere when the fire begins. Yeah, tie him up, keep him quiet, keep him gagged up.
I have to ask this question now. Are you going to be leaving them in the warehouse when it's on fire?
Damn. Good question.
How far off the deep end is Marcus?
Let me put it this way. He's far off enough where he doesn't care if these people get killed, but he's not too far that he doesn't see the benefits of keeping them alive. If that makes sense, right? Because if the plan is to get people talking about Foxlow and setting things up for the second stage, then burning, killing some warehouse workers in a fire isn't going to help that out.
Especially when you're coming around pretending to be Foxlow's men.
Very true.
Okay, so you probably toss him out somewhere on the streets, or
Yeah,
somewhere near boats.
I think before the fire starts, he ties him up outside of the warehouse.
Okay.
And man, I wonder if I could put. I kind of want to like write something on him. You know what I mean?
You can stick one of your flyers, like in
Yeah, that's probably what I do.
stuff them,
Yeah, probably.
in the ropes.
Yeah, exactly. Tape it on their forehead or some shit like that.
Yeah. Easy enough. So that's the first part in there. To get into the room and to get what you want, I will want. Let's see here.
Isn't Sell Me unlocking it for me?
Yeah, this is also for the get what you want aspect.
Oh, okay, I see. All right.
It's Selma.
Sorry, Selma.
And yeah, Selma like approaches the lock. She almost like melts out of the shadows. Before she kneels down, she is deathly silent the whole time.
You're way too quiet.
She doesn't say anything. She just gives you a look and a grin. Before with quick practiced movements, goes out the lock before it clicks. She pulls it off, opens the door, and gestures for you to go inside.
Okay, I make sure that everyone else is nearby before we enter, and yeah, just want to see what's going on back here.
All right, make me a perception check or an investigation.
Okay, which
Don't forget
one
about
would?
your boon.
Yes, I know. That's why I was looking at now to see if I have to use it. So I think I'm gonna use I wonder if I can. I sort of want to get the help action. I kind of want to turn back to her and be like, "Are you sure you don't want to take a quick look inside?"
She's already gone.
Oh, damn, where'd she go? Damn, she's good. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna pop one off for investigation.
All right.
Come on, baby. 14 plus 4, 18.
18. You, in part knowing what you're looking for, your men are able to sort of scatter and start picking through for the valuables. You know what you're looking for. So in this room, you can see this sort of back room is broken up into sort of office-like spaces that you can tell aren't being used as offices. There are deadbolts that lock from the outside on these offices.
What? All right, I'm gonna. How many offices are we talking here?
A handful. I don't. The exact number doesn't strictly matter, because when you, unlock it, when you like go to the first one, unlock the deadbolt, open it, there are people inside.
Oh, was not expecting part 2 to come this early.
At least it's not in every room. It's only in probably in the first like 1 or 2 rooms. The rest are filled with like valuables.
Okay. All right. When you say there are people inside, right? They're not. A stupid question since this is locked from the outside, but they're not just hanging out or something, right?
No, you can safely assume they're not.
How are they looking? At least when I enter the room.
Scared. They look like they haven't been there for very long. Chad, what are you doing? Sorry, I'm watching my cat be extra zoomy on the windowsill. Anyways, they haven't been there for very long. They look scared. They look confused. And
Are they chained up or anything?
They are bound at the wrists and at the ankles.
Are we talking like what kind of material?
Looks like probably like manacles. Metal.
Damn, son. I think there is definitely a moment. Marcus kind of opens it, not really sure what to expect right away, because this is just sheer luck almost. He walks in and he freezes up for a second, and I think in his mind it's just screaming from the last time this happened, from the first time he found this out, because it's very similar expressions staring back at him, right? Now, it's different circumstances, but it's still the same scenario. It's been a year and this has still been going on. I think there was a part of him that even with this plan, he wasn't necessarily hoping, but there was a glimpse of something of him expecting almost for Foxlow to stop this after what happened. Like this is just too much risk after Marcus was exposed. But no, he just never gave up. His greed knows no bounds, I guess. And
why would he? The person responsible was caught, weren't they?
True, yes. There's a moment there he freezes up, he flinches, and almost just like wants to run away, I think. Because, I mean, the last time he tried to step up, the last time he tried to do something, he's just been in a loop for the past year. But then he remembers why he's there. And even though it's come a little earlier than expected, he sees these people. And he kind of shakes out of that trance. And I think he looks outside the door. I just want to see if there isn't any keys or anything hanging about, on like the outskirts of the door or something like that. Okay. All right. Okay. So he doesn't see that. And he says, he walks back in. He says, damn, I don't even know what to say. I wasn't expecting this. Marcus wasn't expecting this. Oh, man, what do I say?
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Be an insight check. Not against these people. Against the situation.
Okay. Uh, 9 plus 5, 14?
Oh, okay. Can't give you too much, but I'll tell you this. Yeah, the last time this happened, there were a lot more people that you found. And you remember that this isn't how he operated with this situation? Something must have changed in how he did it. And how he does it.
How he does it. I'm gonna have to look more into that. I think I'm getting what you mean in a way. Like, how are these people dressed?
They're dressed very simply in very rough clothes. Nothing fancy.
Okay, all right. Because I'm trying to think about the possibility of them not necessarily being brought in from the outside of Neverwinter, you know what I mean? Or maybe they're more local than I expect. I don't know.
I mean,
but sorry, go ahead.
These are relatively common clothes that like you'd find in any of like the lower class, in any city, pretty much.
Okay, all right. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to ask them more about it. First, we have to get him out of the situation. I think he starts to approach a little bit. Just, what's the reaction as he approaches?
Yeah, they definitely. There is definitely a tension as they try and essentially move away. Obviously, they can't
I
go
think.
far.
Yeah, no. I think he puts out his hands and he says, "Listen, I know you're scared, and I know I'm just some random guy right now, but I am here. I'm here to help you. I'm here to save you. I came here looking for you.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. I'm good at those. I'm good at those. 25!
There is a terrified relief on their face, but they, you can see, like, them slump visibly in relief at the thought that someone's here to help.
Yeah, and I think to ease some of the tension, as Marcus does, he says, "Look, I know I'm a little rough looking. I understand that. I've had some sleepless nights, and I'm sure all of you have had some sleepless nights as well. But I promise you things are gonna get better. Before they do, I need your help. Please just come closer to me and let me get these shackles off you."
Yeah. I should also clarify that they are, muffled. Gagged. That's the word I was looking for.
All right, so yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
They do rush forward, so you can help them. Which, yeah, between you and I suspect, are you calling anyone else over to help?
You know who I wish I could call over, but she just got the lock for me, so it's whatevs. But yeah, I call whoever's nearby.
You have other people who are skilled in lockpicking.
Yeah.
Not
So
the
yeah,
only one.
we all get on there.
Yeah, with some help, which, like, the other people on your crew are a little shocked and taken aback at the fact that you found people here. But they are helping. They do come, quickly undo manacles. The people are like, thank you.
I have a boat in the back. We're gonna use it to get away. I wasn't expecting to run into you all today, but you guys are more than free to get on the boat, and I'll take you to safety.
Right, of course. But boat in the back. Look, there was more of us. He's dividing us between places. The more of us, I overheard them saying, the more of us in one spot, the more noticeable.
Yes, I know. I'm looking. I'm trying my best right now. I came here today looking specifically for you guys. I got lucky, but I promise I'm gonna find the rest of you.
Thank you. And your other crew members can help, like, lead them out back to the boat. Meanwhile, the other rooms have been picked over and picked clean of valuables that won't be too noticeable.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we take what we can. Thank God we searched this room before we did any fire stuff. And yeah, I mean, is there any other evidence that I can take with me that this room exists?
Besides the manacles and the gags, I don't think so. These rooms are, like, clean.
I can see. Well, I mean, they're the greatest evidence of all, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll take them. Yeah, I want to ensure this place isn't used again. But yeah, I help everybody move whatever valuables are necessary, so that they can get split up amongst the crew, but also used for future stuff.
Right, of course.
Make sure everybody's on the boat. Also, double check to see there isn't any other rooms like this with people in them.
With your crew essentially being the only ones in the building, you have the opportunity to do a very thorough sweep. And I'm not gonna do that to you as a player. You're fine. You've got everyone.
Mm-hmm. And I think I do set aside one of the captives. I say, hey, listen, I know you're scared, but I need you to do me a favor. You see these guys over here? And I point at the guys who are tied up. Have any of them entered your room before? Do any of them know you're here?
They look at those guys. Those guys in particular, they say, no, I've never seen them before.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Back on the boat. I'll be with you in a second. All right. I just personally I wanted to know because I was gonna take whoever they have see it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, after we loaded up the boat with both people and goods, I think I ordered some of the guys to leave them out on the outskirts of the warehouse, tied up somewhere with the posters,
All right.
and we get to burn. I have something in mind for the burning, but I know you wanted a skill check.
Yeah. What am I gonna have you do?
So my suggestion was, in order for us to, because once the fire starts, everybody's going to be here, right? So it's going to be hard for us to get away, more or less. So I was thinking, I got a new little trick here. Create a fire elemental,
Oh my god.
drop it in the middle, give us 5 minutes to get away, roll away, go ham, and once I see that things are really on fire, just drop my concentration or whatever.
Oh
Or
my god. Yeah. You're gonna make me a spell casting. You're gonna make me a spell attack roll, essentially a d20 plus 9. I can see as your spell attack. And go ahead and make that with advantage, because
Ooh, I'll take it.
that's good.
Oh yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I think we start getting away a good bits away. However far away is my range, and I think Marcus's eye takes on before it's green, and then takes on a red glow. See a glimmer of a flame before somewhere in the middle of the warehouse, he just summons up a fire elemental. It probably comes bursting out of like a nearby lantern because it has to come from a source like a fireplace or a flame or whatever
Yeah.
else. So it breaks apart the glass around the lantern, and this huge fire elemental kind of gets summoned, and he commands it to hold off its flames for a couple of minutes. That way they have enough time to roll away. But once he's gone, just let out all of its rage. And it's just it's almost like the same rage that Marcus is feeling right now in his guts and his soul from seeing these people still stuck in these cages. So what was the roll again?
It's be your spell attack modifier.
Spell attack modifier. Okay, I will do that. Let's see. All right, one was a 5, the other one was a 14, but let me add on my 9.
Shit.
23.
Okay. Sorry, switching the music, and there are 2 music bots, so I have to be careful to get the right one. Can we do a next, please, Aya? Here we go. Yeah, you summon the fire elemental. That's enough. Summon the fire elemental, and as you sail away, you watch as it erupts in a blaze of rage and heat and fire. The things in the warehouse go up like kindling. The warehouse itself seems to go up in near an instant. And as you and your crew sail away, the light on the water, the light spilling into the streets. It is not long before there are shouts and there are people running to see the issue. There are papers fluttering down from the sky. You know what to look for, so you can see the forms of the river rats, just throwing them out by the handfuls.
Oh yeah.
You drop your concentration, and the fire, and you no longer control the fire elemental, and you watch as it lashes out it at some point even starts to go out into the street, looking for more things to burn. You don't see the
Uh-oh.
trail of destruction that it leaves, but you know that it does. How long? Okay. It rages for an hour. Probably less, because I'm sure eventually there are people with the magic and the ability to subdue it. But it rages for a good while before it's finally taken down. But you don't know that. Not really. Not you hear about it later. You're back to Beach Leviathan, safe and waiting for news. The first blow has been dealt.
And I think Marcus just sits at the office. He's also thinking back to when he was standing over the boat and watching the warehouse burn. A warehouse that kind of has that same fire in its belly like he does. It's full of hate, full of fury. But right now it's keeping him warm and he likes the way it feels. I think he looks down at the poster that he made, and I think I finally found the right words to put on there.
Okay.
Something like, "Beware the fox, the seller of chains." And in the middle, again, the icon is of two foxes. An old shriveled fox in the jaws of a much bigger fox. But the bigger fox kind of has this grin on his face, and the most noticeable thing is he has tiefling's horns. And yeah, just around the foxes, those words. Just a clue for anybody who reads it and looks into it, I guess. Yeah, he sits down after a long day. He gets those people he saved, comfortable. Tries to get whatever information he can get from them. How long they've been there, where they're from.
Yeah, I think
If there's anything he can do for them.
I think
They have
if you
families that he can take them to.
if you're trying to get information from them the same night, I think Half Hand actually stops you and says, "You gotta let them rest. Give them a night. Give them two. Give them a moment, kid."
And we don't have that much time. Who knows how long those people have been stuck? Who knows how long until they're sold away somewhere?
And he just gives you a look.
Once they're out of the city, I can't help them.
He looks at you
Yeah, I
and he
think
says, "I don't know if this is really bad helping them. Not for you. Get some sleep." And he
eh,
leaves.
all right. I think Marcus takes those words and looks at the people who are left over and how tired and beaten and deflated they are, and yeah, takes a step back, lets them get their bearings, and just sits at his desk for the night, looking over his map, looking over his papers, looking over the information that he was given about the warehouses and the accounts from the captors. And I think he has another sleepless night thinking about it all.
All right. And I think, all things considered, I think this would bring us up to when the party would arrive. They essentially arrive the next day
Uh-huh.
with, well, Ylif and Sedge arrive the next day, with Helu and Blossom arriving a day or two shortly after. During that time, you can get the information from the people. They can give you information where to hit next. They obviously don't know much because not much was said around them.
Mhm.
But they are able to give you some information on where they were taken, when, and other people with them. The exact details don't strictly matter in the right at this instance.
Mhm.
But basically, you are, along with Selma's help, able to start looking into the next one, setting up for the next one. Which
Okay.
which is when you hear that your friends are in town.
Of course.
And also over the next few days, Bugsy kind of starts avoiding you a little. Because I think, with the sleepless nights and the way that Marcus is going, I think it sounds like he might be less kind than he usually is to Bugsy and the rats.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's getting more and more obsessed with his work,
Right. Which,
with the anger and stuff.
uh, which half hand stopping you from talking to the prisoners, that's the only time that happens. He doesn't, like, step in again, and Bugsy starts avoiding you. Um, and about the only people that you really spend time with these next few days are Half Hand and Selma.
It's fine. That's fine. Just the way I like it. I don't need no friends. And yeah, I know you said I got information from the captors, but I think I leave them with some in turn. That being my name and who put them there.
Yeah, which they're more than happy to spread the news. Um, and as you sort of like, suggest to them to spread your name and what you did, um, again, he doesn't say anything, but Half Hand has a look on his face. And he won't
I
say anything
think.
if you ask him any questions. He just sort of shakes his head.
Mm, I'll take it. All right. Either way, I think he would ask after a couple of days. After a couple of days of sleepless nights and obsessing over his work, I think he looks over at Half Hand and he says, "You have something you want to tell me?"
Half Hand looks at you. There's a long moment of silence before he says, "Nope. No, I don't have anything."
Go on, say it. It's never stopped you in the past.
If you're asking me this, then I think you know what I'd say.
I want you to say it. Go on, say it for the room. Say it out loud so I can hear it. So I don't have to see it in your eyes.
He's kind of looking at you, and he goes, "I've lived too long for this kind of shit. I was wrong. You have changed. Not for the better." And he leaves the room.
Well, that's good because Marcus was clenching his little fist over the map, hearing that yet again from someone else.
Although this time it might be a little bit more deserved.
Yep.
Selma, for her
Yep.
part, says nothing. She just watches this go on with a very passive look on her face.
You have anything to say, Selma?
As long as I get paid.
Good. That's what I like to hear. And Marcus just sits down for the night and Goes back to his work.
And I think that's where we'll end it.
Yeah, pretty good place then.
Yeah. Marcus is having a capital B bad time.
Yes, sir. Yes, he is.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.
Okay.